Let's turn this cauliflower and these potatoes into some fritters. First order of business, I'm going to peel these potatoes, cube them. I'm going to cut up the cauliflower and we're going to put them all in the steamer and cook them until soft. Well, I got the potatoes all cut up and ready to go. It doesn't really matter what they look like or what size because you're going to end up mashing these anyway. I have the cauliflower, and cauliflowers need a little bit of work. You strip off the outside leaves. And these both were from the food bank, the cauliflower and the potatoes. Cut off the stem here. And it has a little bit of black marks on them. I don't let that sway me. I just cut them off. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off like that. All right, I cut off a couple of black spots and gave this a good rinse. I'm going to now go in here and take out as much of this core as I can. Basically, you just want the florets. You want this. And again, it doesn't matter really, you know, what they look like because you are going to be steaming these and mashing them. I have my water already boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in there and cook them until they are soft. These fritters are real flexible. I made them the other night with just using cauliflower. I had like 4 heads of cauliflower and it came out fine. Today I just had the 1 head of cauliflower and I wanted to make enough, so I'm adding some potatoes. If you don't have any fresh potatoes, you can also make mashed potatoes. Make them up like you would for mashed potatoes and just mix them with the cooked cauliflower. You need either an egg or some sort of egg product to hold it together, and some breadcrumbs. These are from Dollar Tree or Panko or something like that. While the cauliflower and the potatoes are finishing up, I'm gonna make an egg. I don't have any eggs right now in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna find a substitute. I learned about these flax eggs actually years ago in the Tightwad Gazette. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, by Amy Decision, but it really is a great substitute for an egg, not necessarily for scrambling or things like that, but for cooking or in this situation for frying. So basically you get your get some golden flax. I think I got this at Walmart, but it wasn't very expensive. Once the bag is opened, you need to keep it in the freezer or it loses its nutritional value. So basically you get a tablespoon, this is per egg, a tablespoon of the flax meal, and then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of water to this. So after you've added your water, it can be cold water, doesn't matter. You just want to mix this up and let it sit for about 5 minutes. It'll solidify a little bit, and we'll get right back to this when our vegetables are done. All right, I just took the vegetables out of the steamer, and they have to be really soft, like not even fork tender, like mashing tender. So I'm going to take these out of the steamer basket and just put them directly in the bottom of the pan so I can mash them up with my egg substitute and some breadcrumbs. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is add that flax egg. You can add a real egg too, but I don't have any eggs, as I mentioned earlier. So as you can see, it's kind of solidified. So I'm just going to pour that right in there and mix it up. It acts as kind of a binder. Just make sure it's fully mixed up. I'm going to add the breadcrumbs now. I'm going to put I'm going to start with maybe 1/8 of a cup and see how that holds together. Has to be kind of on the stiff side because you're going to be making patties out of this and you don't want them to fall apart. I think I'm going to put another 1/8 of a cup, making 1/4 of a cup. All right, so 1/4 of a cup it is. Because these are flavored breadcrumbs, I don't really feel the need to add anything else to them. You can always add some sort of sauce or dressing afterwards, but this is pretty stiff. So what I'm going to do is I've got some oil cooking in one of my pans out in the other room on the stove, and I don't have a setup there for the camera, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these and make a little patty and put it right on into the hot oil. So I'll show you when they are in the pan already what it looks like. And here they are. I just shaped them and put them in hot oil. This is where the breadcrumbs are so important. They really help hold these together so they don't fall apart. You can make them any size you want. I like to make these little tiny ones just because they're easier to flip. Here they are. I just flipped them. They aren't as white as they look. I have the sun coming in here a little bit. They're pretty well browned on the one side, so I took my spatula and just flipped them over so the other side can cook. Once they're done, I'm going to put them to drain on a plate with paper towel. Here's my first round off the pan and draining on some paper towels. I have some more in the frying pan and a little bit more in the original pan. I think by the time I'm done here, I'll probably have about 16 or 17 of these little fritters here. Well, they're all done, and here's my plate. I'm having them for breakfast with a little bit of sausage. Haven't decided what garnish I'm going to use, but it'll probably be mayonnaise because I put mayonnaise on everything. Maybe a little bit of ketchup. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful winter.